Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general daily reading for the 24th, Thursday the 24th of October 2019. Please, as with any general reading, take what resonates and leave the rest. Obviously, based on the numbers that potentially could be watching the video, it may not resonate with everyone, but you know, just rest assured I'll try and get as many messages out there for people as possible. We're going to start off with channeling the guides. First of all, then we're going to go to the tarot. I've got two decks here. I've got all my other decks laid out sort of beside me, but the two in particular I've got is the Witch's Tarot and the Psychic Tarot. The Psychic Tarot is John Holland, and the Witch's Tarot is, I think, Ellen Dugan. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I'm just going to get some messages here. It's interesting, they've given me two lots of tarot cards because I feel like there's a bit of a split energy. You may find yourself very indecisive about what action you're taking today, and you may be going over and over and over again. Now, I just want you to kind of be aware that if you do decide to take an action, is it the best for your karma and your path, or is it the best for someone else's? That's definitely what I need to get out there, because I kind of feel like there's an influential energy that's kind of being worked around here, where not every action you're doing is actually off your own back or your own accord. There's some very influential, a little bit manipulative energy going on here. So you must sort of double check any action that you're taking. Who's it going to benefit ultimately? Is it going to not benefit you? Or is it going to... Because this is how I feel. It's like the energy or the decisions that people are taking are influenced by people that it benefits them and not you. So just check that. You'll know if that applies to you as well, because it's like you're going to be watching this probably in the middle of a decision. Personally, I would say if it involves someone else or an action towards someone else, you need to double check if it involves or benefits them or you. Because if it benefits them, it's possibly going to impact on you. So just giving you a heads up there. I'm also seeing a female here that's getting really dolled up. When I say that, I mean very kind of a lot of makeup, looking after herself. Influential, I'm hearing the word influential. So again, just listening to what the guides are saying here with this. Why do I feel like this has an energy of, again, it's an influencing energy? What exactly is benefiting this? Is it a spiritual benefit, or is it a very three-dimensional materialistic benefit? Because I feel like we're being checked on both sides of the coin there. Not everything that is beneficial for you on a spiritual level is going to be coming forward at this time. I feel like you may be getting some tests. Okay, you may be getting some tests. I need to go to the Witch's Tarot. For all morning I was drawn towards the Psychic Tarot, and then they were like no. So I've just cleansed the decks again from the reading yesterday, because obviously a lot of the cards were put back between each individual sign and then used and sort of cleansed and used again. So, you know, making it as fair as possible. So let's just say, yeah, so if you're, I feel like there's a message in that as well. If you're putting things down and picking them up, putting them down, picking them up, there's a reason why you're not doing it. Don't hold off, because I feel like there's like an influence here that is... it's not for your highest and best interest, and there's a very manipulative energy going on. That's the vibration I'm getting. It's a very manipulative energy. We've also had over the last day, the Schumann resonance has been on and off. There's been blackouts where the Schumann resonance is recorded, and what I mean by that is the Schumann resonance is the Earth's heartbeat. It measures the level of energy that's being recorded at the core, and obviously based on the fact that we are residing on this ball of energy, it does impact on us. There was two significant blackouts, or what they say is a loss of data of recording. One at around 9 a.m. UK time for about 9 hours, and then one a little bit after that. Did you have, because it could be a change in timeline, did you have lots of changes, decisions yesterday, which is now getting you to the point where even today you're confused? Because there's going to be more jumps in energy here. I feel like the full picture is not known as yet. There's a lot of, I'll be really honest with you, because of those blackouts, I mean, it can be for several reasons. Either there's an extremely high level of data that's being recorded, which means that it was off the scale. I know that there's a very high level of geomagnetic energy that's being recorded. But it could also be a timeline leap. But the energy I'm leaning towards is, because I'm a geo empath, I resonate and I pick up energy from the earth. I feel like there's some underlying energy that's needing to be released from the earth, and it's balancing out. What I mean by that is, obviously the earth, you know, obviously the heartbeat of the earth is measured at the core essentially, but we're living on a ball of energy, and hence why you get sort of tremors, earthquakes. It's because Mother Nature is, or Gaia is, releasing the energy. Where there's an imbalance, energy is getting released. We need to really focus at this time on balancing our own emotional energy, because it is going to help. So if you're confused, if you're not sure how to sort of move forward in a certain path, you know, there doesn't have to be fear behind it, like, oh my goodness, there's going to be an earthquake. No, I'm not, you know, do you know what I mean? I'm just saying that as above, so below. We are a reflection of that energy. So there's a potential for an emotional discord within each of us that we need to balance out. So I would be looking at maybe balancing that energy out today. Emotional. I've also got the energy of someone who's putting their head in their hands here as almost like a resignation. So if this is your energy, you need to focus on why you feel like you're resigning. Why do you feel like resigning? What is it that makes you feel like you need to give up? Is it fear? Is it ego? Or is it a general, you know, need to go on a different path? Okay? Because we need to distinguish what, and it's very difficult to distinguish these decisions when we're in a emotionally imbalanced state. It's extremely difficult, so we need to balance these things out first. Okay, so I've just pulled the Seven of Cups here. So again, it's illuminating those decisions that I was talking about. Okay, it's illuminating decisions, which path to take, which path to leave. Where is my energy going? Is my energy going into something that's of sustenance, or is it being, I feel like there's potential here to view it in a very black and white manner, like, is it being wasted, or is it being, nothing's ever wasted, but we do need to ensure that we are focusing our intentions on what we do need. Sometimes when we focus on intentions, what we don't want, we create more choices. So as you can see, the wizard knows the choice. The wizard is the wizard. The wizard has that awareness and that knowledge. The wizard knows because he's putting his finger out already, but the problem is, because there's all these choices, it's creating doubt. And the reason the doubt is created is because we're in potentially in an emotional state, and we're not viewing it in a certain way, or we're not viewing it as, actually I've got all the answers, and I should have trust and faith in myself. It's viewing it as, yeah, but there's always options. Okay, you need to connect with your heart center and make the decision, because it is going to be the right decision for you. There's also a bit of a level of control here, King of Wands, where what is it we need to release emotionally? Okay, what are we holding on too tight to here? Are we holding on way too tight to a scenario, but out of fear and ego? Okay, because this is the thing, it's like we've got the Ten of Swords and the Devil, which is the shadow side in this deck, in reverse, okay? And then we've also pulled the Nine of Pentacles. So by tuning into this very independent energy, we are able to phase out and zone out those extra influences that do not serve, that do not give, you know, that aren't for our highest and best interest. Now, he's on a horse here in the Knight of Pentacles with armour on, because he doesn't quite trust his decision to move forward, because he's still armoured up. He's holding the pentacle tight, but he's armoured up, almost as a precursor, because he's acknowledging that there's a risk. Well, if there's a risk, then you'll, again, be very careful what you're manifesting into this reality. Because if you're sat there going, yeah, but there's going to be a risk, then you're drawing that energy to you because you're preempting it. All right? You really need to reconnect with your heart center right now and find out what is best for me and what isn't. Because this independent energy, this is an abundant manifesting energy. So you've got to be very careful what you're manifesting here, all right? Because this is the thing, because I feel like that resonance, that Schumann resonance could have been everyone sat there going, I feel really blocked, I don't know what I'm doing. Because if the whole of the sort of energy on this planet is resonating with that kind of I don't know what to do, or the majority of energy, then it's going to also show via the vibration, and it could cause a blackout. I feel like people are wanting to put, there's a lot of burying heads in the sand. This is how I want to say it. There are people burying their heads in the sand. Don't forget, we've transitioned now into Scorpio Sun energy, right? So we've gone from that very kind of logical, weighing up the logical and emotional, into a very deep underlying sense of there's something more to this with this scorpionic energy. I can't quite put my finger on it. I'm just gonna hold off. No, but I feel like I need to do this. Yeah, but I'm just gonna hold off. We're still transitioning through that Libra energy until we get to the new moon on the 27th, 28th. This is not going to balance itself out. All right, take baby steps. Don't be too hard on yourself. Try and do the most you can, but don't, if you're under a very strict decision or an important decision you view as important, are you balancing out your need for action versus your need to go within? Because again, that's another thing, but you must trust your intuition. Also, what I'm getting from Spirit is, if you are asking 5 million friends for advice, or you're listening to 5 million videos on YouTube for advice, you are never going to get the advice, because you're going to be given so much information that it's going to be an overload. All right, maybe this is teaching you that your own inner wisdom is the right path, and you don't need outside external influences because you've already had the right idea. And if you're sat there going, do you know, it's really weird, because I do watch these YouTube videos, and every time they channel things, I always know that I get these informations 3 days before, and I always get it before everyone else, but I don't listen to myself. This is your cue to acknowledge your power in this situation, because there's a reason for that. All right. Okay, we also have here the Ace of Wands. All right, this is also very new, moving forward. This is a brand new start. Okay, creative start. This could be an action, so you could be deciding to take action now. Okay, but there could be, again, the decision before you make this move towards which one is best. Now, this is the thing, we've got two options here. We've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse and the Devil. Now, for me, the 10 of Pentacles is reverse is about no stability, not really a manifesting financial abundance, not really manifesting anything that is of benefit, just manifesting things for the sake of manifesting them. If this is you and you've just recently manifested an opportunity that you know deep down isn't good, but you're sat there going, yeah, but, you know, it's new though, isn't it? It's new. It's new, but yeah, but it's the Devil and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This is great in the short term, all right, but is it serving a purpose? Are you going to have to go back at some point and revisit this information because it was never the right decision? And actually, it's a burden. It's a burden, and if it's a burden, you release the burden, in my opinion. I'm just listening to what Spirit is saying. Yeah, they're saying there's another opportunity. So if you, because look, this is the thing here, right? We've got the Page of Pentacles. This could be study, okay? This could be a brand, a new opportunity coming your way. And the reason that it's not come yet is because you're blocking out this previous thing because you're umming and ahhing over it. And actually, it's not meant for you anyway. But with this new choice, there's a closure of a cycle, okay, that has to do with competition, external influences, other people, and a healing, because we've got the World, the 5 of Wands, and the Temperance. So what do you need to close out competitively? Are you trying to accept this offer because Mabel up the road also had the same offer and you want to get in there first? Or is it because whatever this is, I feel like you're keeping a cycle open by hanging on to that? All right, and the healing can't come, the new opportunity can't come, the new person can't come, the new insight can't come, the new energy can't come, because again, this could be external influences. This could be family, friends, community, co-workers, Betty up the road. You know, who do we need to listen to here? Betty, who hasn't got any idea about your own life because she's only known you a couple of years and isn't like some ninja, you know, and no offense to Betty, Betty's probably lovely, but I'm just saying you need to make sure you're making your own decisions, because sometimes people can project their own things onto things, as we are all only human after all. None of us are perfect, and And perhaps you're sat there thinking, but I don't want to make the decision. I'm scared to make the decision. And if I give it to someone else to make, it means I haven't made it. Because in that way, the responsibility is on them, not me. Okay, that's cool. But then what happens if that then comes back around where you're left with a little bit of an emotional loss? Who are you going to sit and blame then? Now, I know that sounds extraordinarily direct, but someone needs to hear this. It's like, put it down. I'm just hearing from Spirit, put it down. Put it down. It doesn't benefit of you. It will never benefit you. Put it down. And you know why you need to put it down. It's not even... Because I feel like you could be asking 5 million people for advice and they're not giving you the answer you want. So you're then going to someone else and then you're not getting the answer you want. Healing. It will come with healing. There's something you need to heal within you. If this decision, if this outcome isn't sitting well with you, what do you need to heal in yourself? Because I feel there's a sense of rejection here. You're taking this personally as though this is something that someone's rejecting you about, and actually you're determined to stick with your ego and let it carry on. But at what cost? Because we've got the 3 of Pentacles in reverse with the 7 of Cups. So this is about contracts. This is about you working with other people. This is about other influences and then choices, okay? And then we've got the Knight of Wands in reverse, which is about non-action, not moving forward, no fast action. Actually, the opposite of that with the King of Wands, which is a little bit of a direct, blunt, aggressive, potentially egocentric energy. So what are you holding on to and restricting out of fear of loss, out of fear of ego, out of fear of how people view you? What are you trying to sort of, because this 3 of Pentacles is not coming in because you're biding time, I feel, because you don't want to let this go. And when you do, because look, this is what's in between this, the 2 of Swords. It's like, can you see she's blindfolded? It's like, no, I'm protecting my heart. It's fine. I'm going to just keep protecting my heart and hope for the best. But the problem with it is the decision will always be needing to be made. You can't pause time. But actually the decision when you do make it is going to bring in this Knight of Cups, which is, it can be a person coming towards you. It can be a romantic offer. It can be someone stepping forward to say, actually, look, this is the situation. But it can also be an emotionally abundant opportunity that is going to grow over a few months. This could be study. This could be a work contract. If it is a work contract and you're sat there going, I've just been offered this work contract, but I hate my job. What do I do? I've answered the question. And again, I'm sorry to be blunt, but this is because of your own healing that you need. Someone does not feel they deserve more. That's why they can't make this decision. You don't feel like you deserve more. You're settling for crumbs. All right? There needs to be a balance. 6 of Pentacles. Give and take. Equal exchange of energy. If you want to reach for the stars and get better opportunities, you have to give yourself equal exchange. If you're putting your heart and your soul into absolutely everything you're doing and you're getting nothing back, it may be you have to balance your feminine energy because that's your receiving energy. Do you think you're worthy of this? I'm sorry to lecture you guys because I feel like you probably know this, but my guides is like, they have to hear it. Yeah, look. Someone is carrying a burden and doesn't want to take charge and forcibly move forward in the situation, okay? Because they're in this position. They're mentally conflicted. The 8 of Swords. Now, theoretically, the 8 of Swords, you can, release the bandage, the rope. You can release the blindfold and then, you're free to go. But this is a mental restriction, all right? There's someone's now in a mental constricted situation. They feel they can't put the burden down and they don't have control. All right. That's how they're feeling at the moment. They feel like if they step forward, the burden is still going to be there and they're extremely mentally conflicted about this. Okay. So if this is you, okay, drop the ego, close out the cycle. Drop the ego, tame the lion, close the cycle. It can be done. And I know I've probably just sat there and really simplified that because it's like, and I don't want to cause any disrespect there saying, as if to say, oh, this is such a simple situation and I'm so arrogant that I can just say it in 2 words. No, you need to hear it. And if like I said, John up the road isn't going to tell you that, I will, because I want you to get to where you need to go for the best of your highest growth in yourself, okay? For the good of your higher self. Because this is not just my guides I'm channeling people's higher selves as well. Now, if we're not aligned, if we're not connected, I'll be honest with you, I get woken up in the morning and they tell me everything that I'm going to be doing on this YouTube video usually, right? Because this person hasn't done this and this person wants to get a message of that. So I know what I need to say and what I don't need to say. And the reason being is because the higher selves are not able to get through to you sometimes because there's a lot of external white noise or there's a lot of distraction going on, okay? So this is even more important to say why to align with yourself, because then you can get the information direct and you trust. If you trust yourself enough, it's the best form of information you can get without a shadow of a doubt, because you know you're always going to get the truth. And some people need to hear that, because someone does not want to hear this information because their ego is blocking it. And yes, that is a very hard one, because sometimes our ego will block that information because it wants to keep us stuck, because that's how the ego performs, you know. But if you unblock this and move forward, it is going to absolutely be groundbreaking, because you're going to close out a cycle. The world is the world for a reason. It's about a cycle being over. All right, don't underestimate that cycle either. Don't underestimate that cycle either. Okay, because now, if this is in relation to a relationship, if this is for a love relationship that you feel like I'm talking about, because this, now I'm getting cards about relationships, there is, I can see a potential partnership here that is either not speaking, not in communication, not discussing anything. One of them is very stoic and is standing her ground and is a little bit of a bitch. I'm not going to lie to you. That's the general energy I'm getting. There's a little bit of a... My guides are laughing. I'm sorry if I'm causing offence here. There's a little bitchy energy going on though. Can I just be real? The counterpart to that, the male, is a bit more of in an action orientated energy, whereby he's wanting to seize the day and seize the moment, and is a bit more kind of direct and wanting to kind of charge ahead. The problem with it is the way I pulled these cards is they're charging away from each other. It's like they're on they're the same suit, but this guy's needing to manifest a little bit more to be in the King of Swords energy, and this woman is not for moving. Okay, now if this is you do, because this is the thing, because I pulled the cards like this is what the energy is like at the moment. If you're watching this and you are one of these people, now I feel like this could be someone here, right? As you can see, a little bit stubborn energy there. If you speak your truth, you can get on the same page. If you speak your truth, you can get on the same page, because as you can see, you're flipping the script and they're now coming towards each other. All right, that's a very specific message for someone there, but maybe you're restricting your voice for a certain reason. You know it's going to do damage, you know it's going to hurt, you know it's going to do this, you know it's going to do that. Who's that messaging me? I keep hearing a vibration. One sec, I feel like it's relevant. Okay, so I've got a laugh. So I phoned up, this is actually relevant, this message as well. So I phoned up a company because I wasn't entirely sure how a payment would work, right? And I didn't really get anywhere with it, but I spoke my truth. I said what I needed to say to try and get the information. They've messaged me twice to say, hi, we'd like to know how you feel about your phone interaction. Was it positive, negative, or in between? That your feedback will help us improve. Why is it that I've had 2 of these messages literally back to back when pulling these cards? Why is that? There is, in my opinion, there is absolutely no coincidence that that has just happened. If you're resonating with the male energy, communicate. If you're resonating with the female energy, communicate, all right? Now, I feel like this is going to be for someone who has been previously thinking about communicating but has been putting it off. And don't get me wrong, how can we, because I feel like someone's going to take hold of this information and start messaging someone, and it's not going to be good for them. Yeah. It's like, if this is after an argument where you need to speak your piece, but you needed to wait for that time to calm down a little bit before you can speak your truth and balance the scales, then do it. Because this is going to be, because someone wants to move on from this, and I feel like there's more to come, because we've got justice in reverse. Something's not fair about all this situation. So if you've been really thinking about communicating how you want to feel, obviously wait for that kind of emotional energy to settle down a bit, because you don't want to sort of go in firing from all cylinders, but you also do want to offer some insight. Because yeah, look, there's a male that's working more here, that's giving more energy than the female. All right, so if you're the female watching this, I feel like you may need to stop being stubborn, release a bit of ego, because I've just pulled the King of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, and can you see there's a woman here that's got that huge pentacle and a man, and it's like this looks like a commitment here. They're both doubting the commitment. They're both sat there going, yeah, looking at the pentacle. I don't know if you can see that. And they're both looking at it as if to say, does that mean we still have a commitment? Like, does that mean cut through this now and communicate? Because I feel like, I don't know, maybe someone sat there and gone, yeah, but don't communicate because it's really bad. Because, okay, obviously I don't know everyone's individual situations here, but this is kind of telling me that this is like ridiculously sort of futile to carry on this. It's like a rule book. Someone's got a rule book and going, and their mate's been telling them, look, don't speak to them because it means this, that and the other. You're both thinking the same thing. Look at their expressions on these cards. I'm not gonna, there's a reason I picked these cards up, and there's a reason I just got that message. 2 messages, 1 for each of you. All right, don't know if you can see that. Let me just see if I can. Right, can you see they're both, the woman is slightly more distracted than the male. The male has got his eye keenly on that pentacle, and the woman's holding it up, but she's distracted. All right, if you are female and you resonate with this, the male counterpart in this situation really is longing to speak to you. Now, obviously, I'm not going to sit and say just knock it on the head, don't, you know, go and speak to them if they've done something absolutely horrific, because, you know, but there is a message coming across that this male is very much anticipating your communication. What is the advice? Hang on, let me just get this, let me see what the advice is here, because I feel like we need to be careful with the information we're giving here, because not everyone is, this is not going to be for everyone. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Right, so we've got the Magician card here. This is about manifestation. There is one or both parties wants the situation to change here, okay? One or both parties want change in the situation. It's like, because the figure 8 is being formulated in the sky, there's a 5-dimensional element to this, whereby maybe parties in the 3-dimensional realm are not as aware as of this information. The next card I pulled was the 3 of Swords. So this is a bit of heartache and loss here, okay? It could be due to a third-party situation. It could be down to a breakup or an emotionally harrowing situation, but underneath it was the 10 of Wands. Now, I didn't realise that was underneath that card, but I ended up feeling like there was a double card and I pulled it out. Maybe there was a burden here and it was so extensive that someone had to walk, but there's someone that is just desperately wanting to re-manifest this situation, because that energy isn't going anywhere. If this is to do with a third party situation, because we've now also got the Lovers and the Queen of Pentacles, okay, we're going to get some advice for you, because I feel like the story is not over. The story is not over. What's the advice, please, for people that resonate with this? What's the advice? Right, okay. We've got the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Someone not walking away to close the cycle. What's the advice, please? someone yearning a loss, because we've got the Five of Cups. It's like they're paying attention to what the Two of Cups, but they haven't, you know, it's like they're yearning for the Three of Cups that have tipped over, but they haven't noticed the Two of Cups that are still remaining. Okay. Now we've got the Seven of Cups and the Page of Cups. Now, you could either have multiple choices in love, or someone is coming back towards you with an apology here, because we've got the Page of Cups. So whatever this is about, I feel like there was a bit of disillusionment, because we've got the Moon in reverse. It's like there's either a disillusionment, secrets that are coming to light. Maybe you've been blamed for something that wasn't you, and that person's ignored everything you said and is just carrying on. Either they're going to come back around and give you an apology, or let's see what advice is, because I still feel like if you feel like you've been wronged here, there's a renewal potential. There's a renewal potential. What's the outcome, please? What's the outcome? Wow. Yeah. Just give it some space, because there's a lot of conflicting energy. We've got Five of Swords. So if it's like, I feel like maybe it is better off not to kind of go too much into, I mean, obviously if they're communicating with you and you feel like you're balanced enough to speak to them as well, then do it. But don't do it from an ego place where it's like, I was right and you're wrong, because it's just like, at the end of the day, you know, I mean, obviously I don't know the situation, but if someone came to me and I knew I'd messed up and it was like, I'm right and you're wrong, I'd be like, really? You sound like, you know, this is a bit much. We've got the Strength card and the Five of Swords here. So there's arguments based on ego. If someone is restricting moving on from a third party, or you're another person and they've got another person as well, you know, you're wanting to rekindle this connection, but they're still blinded by that scenario, let them be blinded. Because if you get too involved in this, you're blocking their own karma. In order for them to understand the situation, they have to learn. And if you're rescuing them every 3 minutes, they're not going to learn their karma. They have to learn their karma, because the longer it takes for them to learn it, and the more you go in and rescue them every time, honestly, it's gonna prolong the whole thing. You don't have to step away and make a big kind of fuss over it, but just get on with other things so that this isn't your focus. Because I'm just hearing they are going to discover the truth. So if you've been sat there screaming at someone to go, will you just listen to me? They are listening, but they don't see it because they don't want to see it. And we can't force someone to see something. Someone is not acknowledging their feelings towards someone, both maybe outside of a relationship and in a relationship. They don't see that they maybe feel trapped in this traditional relationship, potentially marriage. They probably don't see what issues their partner is causing. They're also not really acknowledging their feelings towards someone else, because I feel, again, this is relating to potentially a third party here. And if it isn't, then it relates to a marriage or a very, very kind of in-depth union that maybe they live together, maybe they have children, maybe there's a family environment here. But this person feels like they're trapped, and no matter what you're telling them, it's like their ego is puffing up every time you say this information, because they know what you're saying is probably true. They just don't want to acknowledge it because it just makes them look even stupider, if that makes sense. If you go in like the knight in shining armour on this point, it's going to look back, it's going to come, just let this unfold. I'll tell you why, because I'm going to pull some cards. Let me just see, if you weren't to get involved and let this all carry out as it needs to be, let me just see from Spirit what is going to happen. If you back off and let this all unfold naturally, what will happen? Okay, so we've got the Ace of Wands in reverse now, so there's no action. Okay, so let's say we back again, Two of Swords, so indecisive about pulling back. Maybe this is you as well. So let's say you're indecisive about pulling back. The question was, if you were to back off and let this carry on through and just blow up on itself, I know that sounds horrible, but I need to learn. Okay, there's a reunion card here, Six of Cups. Because you guys still have potentially a soul contract or something that is unfinished. But this person has to learn this, because it will put them on the right scale, the right level as you are, in order for you guys to go forward in your wish fulfillment. But just, you have to, don't get involved. Do not get involved, I'm telling you. Because this is the thing, let's be realistic. Maybe you've done this 3 or 4 times now, where you've spoken to a person and gone, I'm going to warn you, this is going to happen. And then it happens, and then they don't acknowledge you or thank you. They hate you because, you know, you're the one that spoke about it first. You know, they associate that with you. If you are constantly warning that person, when it does hit, it's not going to be a shock. So then they're not going to move away from that situation. If they've got you in your ear going, in their ear going, yeah, but this is, you know, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. When it does absolutely hit, and believe you me, Spirit has a way of coming in between these kind of things eventually and causing a major trial moment. And if you don't doubt that, then experiment with it, hold back and just wait and see. Because when it does hit and it's really, you know, keeping people off guard and they're not used to it, it's going to affect them so much that they're going to vow never to put themselves in that situation, and then they're going to move away from the situation. I'm just burning Palo Santo because there's a lot of very heavy karmic energy that I'm picking up on. And obviously I'm trying to make sure my space is clear. So, because obviously I want to get the right information through. So for you guys. But do you see what I mean? So think about it. If you, let's say you needed to know something really desperately, okay? What's going to have a bigger impact? You not having a clue about it, and then it coming out the blue, and then you're so angry that you're just like, bye, I'm done, right? Or you warning that person until it actually does happen, and then they're expecting it anyway because it's going into their conscious awareness, and then they decide, well, you know, I've got that person to look after me, so I might as well just keep going with it. Step back, like fall back. I'm just hearing fall back, soldier. So if you've been having an absolute nightmare of this situation, and this is like never ending to you, change up the cycle, change up the patterns, fall back. Fall back. Sorry to be really aggressive, but I'm just hearing fall back, soldier. I'm sorry, this is so funny. I've had a million notifications on my phone. The only notifications are clearly messages from Spirit. I've just been ordering certain essential oils for, like, you know, kind of protection stuff. And they're just literally sending order update, order update, order update. And it was interesting because one of them I said, I'm not going to use that because I think I need to let the situation, just let it lie low a little bit, and then we'll see, we'll reevaluate it. And that's exactly the confirmation. So yeah, guys, let them, and you might sit there and think, yeah, but isn't that really cruel that you're just, then they're not being warned about these things? No, because you could have rescued them a few times and they're relying on that now rather than doing any of the work. They have to do the work. Karma is not as a punishment. It's so they get to a certain level of understanding where they need to be. It's not because Spirit are evil and they want to, you know, punish the life out of everyone. It's because they want us to learn. And if that means by doing it in a little bit of a naughty way, you know, by sort of asking you to sort of focus on your own stuff and let them learn the hard way, then so be it. And we've got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, so yeah, stand down. Do not put any more work into this. You know, you don't have to be cold with it. You don't have to be, you know, extreme of kind of like, I don't care. But just ground it. Ground it. Don't sort of, don't put any more energy, because someone's getting drained from this effort, all right? So, interesting. Why is that the wrong way? Oh my goodness. Let me just make sure these cards are the right way here. They're saying, my guides are saying pick another pile. Okay, one sec. Yeah, let me sort that out afterwards. Let me pick another pile. Yeah, I'm going to go with the goddess energies here. Okay, so outcome 24th of October, please. What is the general outcome, please? What are the messages? General collective for Thursday 24th of October, please. Based on today's messages. Insight, please. This is so sweet. It says, I salt. It says, undying love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. Don't doubt that. Do not doubt that energy, because it is real. It's very real. We're going to get a wisdom card as well. Messages, outcome please for Thursday 24th of October. Messages, outcomes, Thursday 24th of October 2019, please Spirit. Okay. Yeah, look. They're going to find out the truth, okay? They're going to find out the truth. We've got the owl there. The owl doesn't sort of views things from a very high perspective. And the owl's standing on top of the mask and opening the window up. So the mask is going to be peeled off. And the truth is going to come out. And the reason being is it's blessed. You're blessed. Okay, don't give up on that and really focus on that feeling, that vibration, because, you know, keep the faith. You have to keep the faith. You are blessed. This is being looked after. Okay. And bottom of the deck is new life. Okay, so this will create new opportunities. We just have to let the old cycle close out. All right, guys. So hopefully that's been of some benefit to you. Hopefully, if it has, awesome. Thank you so much for all your subscriptions, all your people. I can't even speak. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking my videos. It's massively appreciated. Thank you for listening and watching. Tomorrow's reading is going to be a weekend reading, and then we're going to start with the astrology, sun, moon, rising, and or Venus signs for the month of November. But tomorrow's will be the weekend reading to see what is changing. We're getting a lot of shifts at the moment, so we'll keep up with this. Okay, guys, have an amazing day. Take care. Bye.